This is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of yellow cabs and skyscrapers. It's hard to get a start in these parts without paper. Homie, I grew up in hell, a block away from heaven. That corner age 15 minutes, it move at 7. Pure snow, bag it, then watch it go. Occupational options, get some blow or some hoes. Shoot the ball of the
What's going on, Cigar World? What's going on, Cigar Enthusiasts? This is Jack, the Cigar Enthusiast, and y'all already know what it is. I'm back with another segment of Virtual Smoke Deck. Today, we got a special guest that I'm so excited to dive into. But before we do that, you already know what it is. We got to sit here and go through the politicking phase a little bit. With that being said, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, smash on that like button, and share to all your friends. Make sure you turn on that notification bell as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, don't sit there and just watch. Share that video that you're watching. Put it on your timeline so we can get as many people as we possibly can into the mix. Because again, like every single week, we dropping nothing but them gems throughout this entire segment of Virtual Smoke Deck. Man, I talk about this entrepreneur that we got today. Oh man, we're gonna dive into it. But before we go ahead and bring him in and get us real acquainted with the Virtual Smoke Deck, what is the Virtual Smoke Deck? For everybody that's watching, the Virtual Smoke Deck is a place that we have made virtually. Also called it the Smoke Deck because in the military, you go out to the Smoke Deck to really release some of your tensions and, get away from, everybody that you're sleeping with and all that stuff, and not in that type of way, in your barracks or your berthing or whatever the case may be, just to have some time away for yourself, relax and hang out. And that's exactly what we're doing here. With that being said, we're here to have fun. We're here to teach. If we don't do neither one of those, then we're failing. So make sure you go ahead and hit that comment box. Tell us your favorite part of this. And also just give us a wave or a hey so we can go ahead and give you a shout out on the Virtual Smoke Deck as well. With that being said, I'm not going to talk your ears off all night because our special guest right now, this is a man that literally makes a living off of talking. This dude is the best sales coach I have seen in a while. And he's out here teaching everybody the tricks and the trades to the game and really allowing us to learn deeper of what it is that we need to do in order to be successful. One thing about business is always has an entanglement with sales. I was going to say entangled, but I like entanglement instead. Entanglement with sales. If you don't understand sales, then you can't understand business. If you don't understand sales, then you can't make money. And if you don't make money, what are you in business for? We are all here in business to simply make some money and become the best possible person that we can. This guy has also created this neat invention. You know what? We're going to save that part for when I introduce him and do my introduction on how I met him. But he got this great product called Cigar Rescue Smell. And Cigar Rescue Smell is really created to autumn nights. You simply smell like an ashtray when you leave the hookah lounge. The cigar lounge, or when you leave your friend's house because y'all smoked in the garage, or whatever the case may be. This is put in place to really fix that problem. And he also has some other products that we're going to dive into as well. With that being said, our special guest is coming from Cigar Rescue Smell all the way to our platform today. Go ahead, give a big clap to Brian McNeill. What's going on, brother?
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh, my God.
Jack, you had it right the first time. It's Cigar Smell Rescue is what it is.
I knew I had it. I've been getting tied up in my brain a little bit.
And I do like this time to get away from all the people that we're sleeping with. But before I get into
when you're sitting in the middle of the ocean for 6 months, You find anything and everything to get away from the 80-some people you sleeping with. You feel me?
I feel you. But my name is Brian McNeill, and I want to start off by saying that our lives are not scrimmages or practice games. There is no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time, the speedster, takes its toll for all of us. Every day really is the Super Bowl. And yes, I do have a company called Very Personal Sales Coaching. I have another company called the Selling Your Services Academy. But my passion project, my fun, my important distraction is my cigar time. I schedule every day for my cigar time. Now, for those of you guys who like me, who love a stick, we're going to enjoy the stick to the fullest. But the after effect, because if I'm a businessman too, so very often I'm going to want to stick in the morning or in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I got to get around other people. So what do? What do? I tried some of everything to make my clothes smell better. I tried stuff from Walmart and
whoa. You're giving up too much in the introduction, brother.
And we haven't lit up yet.
We haven't even lit up yet.
You're right. I'm ready to fire.
Brian, tell everybody where you're visiting us from.
I'm coming from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Come on.
I'm born and raised in the streets of Brooklyn, but I live in Charlotte, North Carolina now.
Oh, see, I should have known you. I should have known you was from New York. You know, you got some of the most slickest talking people from New York, and then you mix it with somebody from the Midwest, boy. We gonna go crazy on them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, before we go ahead and get going, because you was already ready to go ahead and get going. I do want to first start off by saying I definitely appreciate you taking out the time of your busy day to sit down with us and everybody that's watching on the virtual smoke deck today and just simply have a conversation. We are all about being fun here and also trying to learn how we can make our businesses, or if we're not in business, how to become entrepreneurs in some type of way. Now, understanding entrepreneurship is not for everybody, so what we do try to do is just drop some gems that people can use in their day-to-day life.
Okay.
I don't at no point in time throughout this presentation or this not presentation, but this conversation, I don't think we're gonna have a problem doing that. With that being said, what you smoking on today?
I got this cigar directly from one of my brothers, brother Jack Dapper D's himself. This here is my father's La Promesa. La Promesa, excuse me. This is a 7.5 by 38 skinny long stick.
Yes, sir.
I've never had one of these before. Lancero, yes. Haven't had one of these before, but I'm looking forward to it tonight. And if you're ready, brother, you told me light together. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, and tonight I'm smoking on a Linka Privada, number 9.
Love it. Love that stick.
Acero. Oh my God. And I'm pairing it with this wooden bill bourbon. Man, this is some great stuff, man. Especially when you got a darker cigar and that La Promesa. One thing I like about Lanceros is Lanceros are very packful. Like, I mean, a lot of people don't understand that Lanceros, they pack a good punch. With that being said, man, let's go ahead and light up. And then after you get your cigar lit up, man, tell us a little bit more about what it is that you do. We already kind of went into the sales portion of it. You do professional sales and personal sales, and then you also do my cigar time. So let's go into a little bit about you personally. How long have you been smoking cigars?
This is my first day. No, man, I've been smoking. I've been smoking cigars 16 years now. 16 years. And for my buddy, the way I got into it, man, is another friend of mine. He's making a lot of money, and he'd been in a lot of my classes, and he was really, really successful. And he kept telling me, Brian, you got to come hang out at the cigar bar. I said, man, I don't smoke cigars. He says, even if you don't, you got to come hang out at the cigar lounge. It's older men, leather couches, war stories, cool scene. And I said, okay, I'll come. I went, and it was just like he said. Successful people in there telling stories, laughing, joking. And I was hooked from the first day, because everybody was having a good time. And then somebody gave me a stick to try, a mild stick to try. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And then I've been hooked ever since. Now, I'm at a place right now where I schedule cigar time every day. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brother Brian is going to have him a stick. If he can't get to it at 3, as soon as he can to that time. Yep.
You know, that's actually healthy, you know, because when you look at things from a different perspective, when you pile your schedule up with so much work and things that you have to get done on a day in and day out, and you have no time for your vices, you're gonna get very irritable. And especially if you, as somebody that's like a people person, somebody that interacts with people on a daily,
every day,
you don't have time to sit here and let things pile up and, you know, be irritable. You need your time, and that's one thing that people need to understand too. Is people need their time. If people don't have their type of vice, I mean, it's a recipe for chaos, you know?
Man, I'm going to tell you what I've learned. If it's not on my schedule, it might get done. If it's on my schedule, it's going to get done. So to that end, I schedule my cigar time. I even schedule at 6 p.m., no matter how busy we get, I schedule a long, slow kiss with my wife every day at 6 p.m.
Come on,
6 p.m. It's on the schedule. 6 p.m. If she's got a client, I got a client. As soon as we can get together, it's on the schedule. We have one long, slow kiss, and then we go back to work, whatever we're doing. Okay. And I even have at now I'm 10:30 reading time. From 10:30 to 11, I study. What we put on the schedule gets done. I even have my wife time, okay, on my schedule. Okay, so no matter how busy we got, I got to set aside time for that. But the kiss is on the schedule, the cigars on the schedule, and it, you know, people think by scheduling stuff it kind of confines you. I think it frees you up to be more creative in other areas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I absolutely agree. And that's something that, you know, I can use me personally. And one thing I love doing for everybody watching is I love to have older friends, because older friends allow you to
that's see, right, older
see things from a different perspective, right? They get you to open your mind up to different things, and when you're able to see different things, you're able to move different ways. Everything that you said about your schedule, especially when it came to your wife, was called something intentional. You intentionally do that, because when you intentionally do something, then there is no way to mess that up, right? If you intentionally spend time with your wife, if you intentionally schedule those long, slow kisses with, my wife is watching, hey, honey, go ahead and put that on our schedule. 6 o'clock every day, we're going to have us a slow kiss. And I'm slow. And make sure R not only says slow, but it says nasty too. All right? Slow and nasty.
It'll make for a happier life.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. Hey, I'm about to share that on the family calendar right now, and nobody interrupt our 10 minutes of slow, nasty kissing. All right.
That's right. And then you can go back and be more productive. But I don't want to make light of this, man. This ain't just a vice. This here is a rescue. This is a mental commercial break, a mental vacation. I gotta have my stick, and I don't want nothing taking it away from me. That's important. It's just as important as anything else on my schedule, my cigar time, because we work, man. We grind, you know. And what you was talking about, entrepreneurs, I think everyone, you know, even if you don't feel like you can be an entrepreneur full time, I think everyone needs to have some kind of an entrepreneurial pursuit. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing. You know, I tell people all the time. People are like, man, how you smoke cigars and how you do this and how you do that. I said, when you understand the conversations that you have when sitting in a cigar lounge or sitting around people, you don't have a clue. You can't even fathom who you could be sitting across from. One day you could be sitting across the seat from Barack Obama and not even know it. Well, obviously you got to know that. But what I'm getting to is that's the type of you get so many people from so many different backgrounds into one space. And when you talk about cigar time, I make sure every day I smoke at least a cigar. Either I start my day with it or I end my day with it. But it's really time for me to get my thoughts together. Just like the virtual smoke deck is not a job for me. It's allowed me to sit down and get my thoughts together, be able to talk with other people and feel normal during this time of this quote unquote pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yep. Because what would they be doing if they weren't here right now? Watching some TV that they don't even really like, or maybe having a cigar anyway by themselves.
By themselves, being lonely,
But
drinking
here,
and lonely.
we're gonna do it together, okay? And we might mess around and learn something. You know, we
Absolutely.
might mess around and learn something.
Absolutely. So we're gonna start. We're gonna start on what really brought us here, right?
Okay.
And then we're gonna go into the back end of it. So I did a video of the how to get rid of your cigar smell out of your clothes. You know, one time I tell everybody the quick story. One time I went to a cigar lounge. I'm not gonna indicate where it was at or any of that place because I don't want to bring any discredit to it. But I walked into the cigar lounge. I had a business meeting, went in there in a nice suit, and I walked outside and I got in my car and my clothes smell like an ashtray. And your first nature is, okay, I smoke cigars, so I'm not really worried about that. I drop it off to the dry cleaner, get it back, and now it smells like an ashtray mixed with butt. So now I'm like, now I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Man, I found all these home remedies, and I end up finding this one, which I hit on in that video, is brush your clothes and use a vacuum, right? Or what I also didn't know is you can use, like when they have the Febreze commercial, right? It has all these little bees sucking up the air, and in your mind, you're like, that is not true. There's no way that Febreze is sucking up that stanky stuff, and trapping it the way it is. But in reality, that's exactly what it is. Febreze is really something that you spray on something and it removes the odor. But then, as soon as I posted that video, a brother of the Leaf tagged you in it. It was like, well, you need to check out Cigar Smell Rescue. And when I looked at your products and I went onto your website, mind you, I'm slipping. I don't even have your stuff going across. But I went on your website. I said, not only did this brother have Cigar Smell Rescue, this brother got Cigar Breath Rescue. This brother got Cigar Mouthwash Rescue. This brother got everything rescue. The only thing he missing is a fire truck, right? So of course I dove in and I did my reviews. And when I say that product is off the chain, brother, that product is off the chain. What prompted you to do that? Like, that is some real entrepreneur. That's the stuff you see on Shark Tank. We're about to submit you into Shark Tank, and we're about to make this go viral. We're gonna get this in every single cigar lounge we possibly can. But tell us why you did that.
Stay-at-home order, the lockdown. Okay. Now, because I'm entrepreneurial, it caused me to have to do some shifting, some pivoting, which everyone did. And I don't know why I keep mentioning my wife now, but she came up with this idea. Now, look, if you're going to have a cigar every day, let's figure out a way to make this profitable. So first thing I did was start recording my videos of me smoking cigars, opening up packages, giving tutorials on how to smoke a cigar, different sizes, different leaves, and all that kind of stuff. And that was getting real popular. But I said, now, what's the problem with cigars? What is the problem? And it's the smell. So I happen to have a great friend who owns a factory where they make scents and they ship them all over the world. He's making $100,000 a month making scents, and he can white label one for me. And he had this thing that was designed, and I'm just giving you guys some secrets here. He had this product that's designed to help potheads, weed heads. Okay, people who smoke weed. Okay, and how do they go back to the office after smoking weed? So he let me white label it and redirect it and change the name of it. And now I call that Cigar Smell Rescue. And I have exclusive rights to Cigar Smell Rescue. I'm licensed with Cigar Smell Rescue. But now that's the problem on the clothes. I promise you, a few squirts is very concentrated. A few squirts around your chest and shoulders and on your clothes, I can go anywhere and not smell like cigars. Now, the other challenge is your breath. Okay, how do you get your cigar smell breath? The formula I use, my breath. Go ahead.
Wait. You know what? I'm about to take you out. I'm about to take myself off the camera. I'm gonna walk away and let you have it. Hey, so cigar smell really came off the formula to take away the weed smell.
Yes.
That is genius.
Yes.
Because you know one thing I hate? I hate when people smoke weed and then walk into Walmart. Okay.
Right. Or come into the office.
Like, my kids are getting high simply because they walking behind you. You know what I mean? Like, and something that's, but cigars are the same way. But I think cigars are a little bit more sexier than weed.
Well, to me, yes.
I think so. You know, I mean, obviously, to the weed head is, I mean, somebody that smokes weed, there's no such thing as weed heads. Oh my God, wait a minute. But to those people that love marijuana all the time, then I guess it's. I mean, like what the police say. You got your cigar smell rescue. You spray it in your car. The police come up. Well, it smell like marijuana in the car. It's no way in hell. I got cigar smell rescue.
They gonna smell like that. The friend that tagged me in your video, his wife tells me she sprays it in her car because she smokes cigars in her car, and her car smells great now. She sprays the Gain scent, like Gain laundry detergent. She sprays her car.
What all scents do you have?
I limit myself to 4 scents.
Okay.
I got Gain, which smells like Gain laundry detergent, which is what I use anyway. Okay.
My wife will love that.
I got Frozen Water, which kind of smells like Cool Water men's cologne. Okay. Yep.
Hey, hold on. A lot of people my age don't know nothing about Cool Water. Hey. Hey, Cool Water. If you had Cool Water on stepping in the club back in the 80s and the early 90s, boy, you was the man. The whole club may smell like Cool Water, but you was that man, boy.
At least you felt like it. And then I got vanilla pineapple. And Starburst. I'm surprised how many people buy Starburst. People buy it. People like it. People like it. But I personally use Frozen Water and Gain.
Now there is a question. Which Starburst is it?
I don't know. If someone blindfolded you and put a Starburst in your mouth and you got the flavor of it, and then someone gave you another one, could you tell the difference?
Heck yeah, I can.
I can't. So
that's like saying you smoke a stick and then you smoke another stick. Could you tell the difference?
I can. Most definitely.
My point. That's so Starburst is your biggest seller, right?
No. Gain
Okay.
is the biggest seller.
Gain is.
I said I was surprised how many people do buy Starburst.
Buy it. Okay.
But Gain sells more than everything else.
That's interesting.
But there's no accounting for taste. That's why we have more than 1 scent. You know, even if I don't like it, I don't sell to me. This is going back into sales. To sell John Jay what John Jay buys, you got to sell it through John Jay's eyes. Yeah. People have a right to their own opinion and what they like. There's no accounting for taste.
Come on.
So we don't sell to ourselves. We sell to other people.
Man, that's a lesson right there. Because I just got done talking to my homeboy. He's trying to start up a cigar, not a cigar, a hookah lounge or a hookah line. And he like, I asked him very basic questions like, okay, what are you doing? You know, how are you going about this? Well, currently I'm trying to go through a wholesale. I'm trying to get my own, you know, hookah pretty much built. I'm like, you know, what are you doing? You're about to buy, you know, a crazy amount of inventory based off of what you like, but yet people may not like that. May not like that. So why are you going to sit out here and spend $10,000 on? And I don't know that's the number, but the moral of the story is why are you going to spend all this money on something that you don't know people are going to like? You know, there's 2 things that people always got to put in their hand: the holes in the bowl. Why would you brand that and then work on the hookahs based off of what everybody else like? Because if I sit here and try to sell just the cigars I like, I got a lot of bad customers. Yeah. Because I promise you, ain't no group I'm in that don't talk about a Tatiana or a Tabac or a Java Mint or Acid Cuba or Acid Blondie ain't a good cigar. Me personally, I think it's crappy, and I would never recommend anybody to smoke that. But I mean, you got grown men that's bigger than me saying, "Oh, that's his cigar choice," and I'm like,
some men like an acid Cuba Cuba. Okay,
"How
to
much
me
you
that's the
selling it?"
sweetest smelling cigar there is, and I can't.
And that's like, and like I tell people, if you go smoke a flavored cigar, you might as well go smoke hookah. And that's what you're looking for.
Well, to me, hookah, you got to inhale so deeply.
Yeah.
And cigar, I'm in your mouth and back out. Okay, and I, as a cigar smoker, I don't even like hookah because it requires a lot more work than I'm accustomed to. You know,
Absolutely.
But the people that do hookah, see, that's the thing. The people that like hookah like hookah. Okay,
Yeah.
it ain't a chore for them. It's fun for them.
Right. So
that's what I want to teach tonight. You haven't inspired me. There's two things before we leave here I want to teach. I want to teach people how to tell their story, how to introduce what they do, and I want to teach people the new ABCs of selling.
And I want to learn that one too. Before we go into those, tell us about your other product lines that you have that's really geared to the cigar connoisseur.
Yes. The next one I would let's say you smoke your stick, you sprayed yourself down. Now you got the breath. First things first, get yourself a chew stick. I need to go grab one and show you what it looked like. Okay, but a chew stick. Put a chew stick in your mouth. It's like a breath mint. You let it stay in your mouth for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. It gets soft. You can bite into it. It has like either a cherry flavor or peppermint flavor or grape or vanilla, whatever one you pick. Okay. And now your breath does not smell like cigar. Now, not only does your breath not smell like cigar and your clothes not smell like cigar, once you get this stuff in, like I've done this, man. I've had a good strong stick, something like a diesel, and did my chew stick. And I washed my face and I told my wife, said, baby, I want you to smell my breath. I said, what does it smell like? She goes, it smells kind of minty. Really? You don't smell any cigar? No. You know, and she goes, normally I could tell. She'll smell it like in my mustache even, but not now. So it's a system I use. And it's not expensive to take care of yourself. If you're gonna love cigars, you know, just think about it. You don't live alone. You live around other people. If you lived in this world by yourself, you could do anything you want. You're not gonna offend nobody, but you don't live in the world by yourself. You live in the world with other people.
Absolutely.
And why be offensive? I focus only on, because I wanted to be in the cigar business, and I don't sell cigars, and I don't sell cutters, I don't sell torches. I sell things that keep the cigar smoker from being offensive. That's it. That's my niche. That's my lane.
Yep. Good. And those are great products, and those are products that we're going to carry in Dapper D's in the brick and mortar as well as on our website. So that's something that you'll be able to get here very shortly off our website. And again, these are two products that not only are catered to making you feel good and also present you well. Because I mean, that's the biggest thing is a lot of people love to smoke during their break times at work, but when they get back, they're offensive. You know, especially if they're in a people occupation, somewhere where they interact with people and not just, worker bees or anything of that nature.
And then what they do, that means they don't smoke it at all and wait until they're later. Yep. Why deny yourself this simple pleasure?
Exactly. You got a long day. You got time before operation. Come have a cigar at Dapper D's. And when I send you, when you leave, you bought the Cigar Smell Rescue, and then you also got the mouthwash. Now you got two excellent solutions to ultimately your problem. So you wanted to go into some things, and that's one thing I love. You know, when you have somebody that is such a people person, they're really big on educating day in and day out. And Brian, that's one thing I have noticed since me and you've been acquainted through our social media accounts. You go on live almost, I believe it's like every day, and it's more of a motivational piece. You do your sales courses, and this is all free. This is all things that you can learn and master that will make you 10 times the amount of money that you will make any other time. Now,
Jack, I gotta tell you, a lot of it is free, but I'm strategic with my game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you something helpful free, something immediately actionable free, but you're gonna want more, and those things that people pay for. I give to create audiences, to create clients for me. I give to put people in my academy, my online selling your services academy. And here's the thing that people don't understand. You don't lose anything by giving. You don't lose nothing. If I teach you something that's going to help you, even if you don't become my client, somebody you know very well may be my client. So I keep my game going. I keep giving and serving, and money comes. I hunt, I farm, I give, I serve, because money is the key to end all your woes, your ups, your downs, your highs, and your lows. Won't you tell me last time that love bought your clothes? What you know about that? What you know about that?
I mean, you got me.
That's Run DMC, man.
Good.
That's Run DMC, man. Come on.
Hey, look. Come on now. I'm only
I know.
29.
I know.
I'm only 29. I know Run DMC by his show and a couple of his songs, but we ain't got the whole.
I got it for you.
But you got to. I mean, that's how you eat. So tell people where they can learn some more about the other courses or your sales academy.
Yeah, sure.
How can people get in tune with that?
Well, the first thing is today is Sunday, so tomorrow night, every Monday night, I give free sales training. It's called Monday Night Sales Mastery. It's 30 minutes long, from 9 p.m. to 9:30 on my Facebook page and in one of my Facebook groups. My Facebook page is Brian K McNeill, and my Facebook group that I post it always on is the Improve Your Sales Now Forum. Okay, but you can find me there. But tomorrow night, I'm going to give you guys a tip. No one else knows what we're going to talk about. Tomorrow night, I'm going to talk about the important but not urgent things that help you to sell better. The things that are important to do but not urgent to do. Yeah. Okay, that help you sell better. Like, it's important to thank your clients, but no one's going to tell you when to do it. It ain't urgent. Yeah. Okay, all those little things that are important to do but not urgent. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow night. Absolutely. Also, every Wednesday night, I host the Selling Your Services Academy. Now, people pay for that. Now, every Wednesday night from 9 to about 10:15, I give classes. Now, how much would you invest to know that you're going to keep yourself continually learning about sales once a week, keeping you green and growing instead of ripe and rotting? You know, how much would you pay to know that you're going to learn something that's going to help you to sell better and sell more every week? Now, I only charge, $60 a month for that. That's it. $60 a month for that. And I should have gave you this link that I would love to have you scroll. It's called calendly.com. I give a free selling your services consultation. All you got to do is schedule it. A free selling your services consultation. Maybe I could put it in the chat.
What's it called?
It's Calendly, CALENDLY, calendly.com// BK McNeill. The letter B, the letter K, McNeill. Calendly.com / BK McNeill. You go there and schedule it. I'll give you a free selling your services consultation. 15, 20 minutes, sometimes 25 minutes. It doesn't matter. But I promise you, within 15 minutes, I can impact your selling your services life greatly.
And that's something that we definitely going to put in the comment section. At the end of this, you'll be able to go ahead and click on that as well. You said you wanted to get into some stuff, and I'm curious to learn about it. What is the best way to, tell your story?
Okay. Now, are you courageous enough, Jack, to be my guinea pig?
Hey, I'm courageous enough. Let's go.
All right. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, BK McNeill. All right. Now, first question is, what do you do for a living?
What I do for a living is I sell cigars online, and I'm also in the process of opening up a brick and mortar cigar lounge.
Okay. Now, if you was at I'm gonna rephrase that same question. Okay. If you was at a networking event,
there you go,
with cool people there, and you're having a good time, and everyone else is having a good time too, and you meet some people that you never met before, and you're enjoying them, and they're enjoying you back. Okay. You're having a cool time, and maybe 3-4 of you guys huddled together. You're having a cool time, and one of these cool new people you just asked So Jack, what do you do in that scene? How would you answer that question?
Well, I'm actually an entrepreneur. I currently own and operate my own cigar lounge called Dapper D's Cigar Emporium, located in Jacksonville, Florida. And I also have an online shop as well called Dapper D's Cigars. And that's what I do full time.
Okay, cool. That's question one. Question two, Jack, is who do you believe would pay money to take part in your stuff? Who do you believe would come to your stuff and buy your stuff?
Everybody will. Anybody that's interested in learning more and gaining more knowledge, not only into cigars, but also trying to do exactly what we're doing tonight, is network with higher wealth people. Those are the type of consumers that we're looking for.
All right, and those people that take part in your stuff, once they decide to invest any money with you, whether they come to an event or online or buy your stuff, what do you call them?
I call them a consumer.
Consumer. Okay, that's the question three. Question four is, what business would you say that you are in?
I'm in the retail business.
Okay. Now, I'm going to pretend.
The real question would be, the real answer to the last question would be that I'm in the selling business. But if we're being political, because people don't like to know that you're in the selling business. But if I'm being politically correct, I'm gonna say retail business.
Well, I don't think you're in the selling business. But before I get to that, I'm going to pretend that I do what I understand it is that you do. And I don't profess I know your game as well as you, but I'm going to pretend I'm doing it from what I just learned, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to ask me, what do I do for a living?
Okay. So, Brian, obviously you laid the narrative already. I meet you at a networking event. I ask you the question, what do you do for a living?
Jack, you know how there are so many people that either love cigars or they're curious about cigars. And a lot of times they're really confused about either the new brands or how to do it or what to do it or where to go get it. And they want the whole process simplified for them. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, what I do is I make it easy for people who are interested in cigars to actually buy cigars and enjoy events. I have a website called Dapper D Cigars, and I actually have a cigar emporium event where I host events. But I do this so that people can not only learn about cigars and enjoy cigars, but actually do the whole thing easier than they could otherwise. That's what I do. Now, how was my answer?
That was a lot more better put together than my answer.
And it took me less than 30 seconds to do it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, here's the thing, brother. Your money is in your story. Okay. You know what you do. You know what you do on a high level, but I sold it. Now, when you asked me what I do for a living, I didn't just say I sell cigars. I introduced a problem and I got you to agree that it was a problem. I said, you know how many, I could have went another way. There's so many different cigar sites and people don't know what's the best or what should they go to first, second, or third. And the whole process can be confusing and I make it easy for them. Okay. I see how you're nodding your head. It's because you understand the problem. Yeah. I'm looking for you to agree in any kind of a way. A head nod, a yup, a yes. Once I get you to agree on the problem, you have just metaphorically taken me by the hand. And now I can take you on a journey. So I got you to agree on the problem. And then I introduce myself as if I'm the solution. I said, well, what I do is, and I tried to introduce myself and my company as a solution to the problem that you just agreed was a problem. And then I ended my story well by telling a benefit, because the end of your story is more important than the beginning. I do all that cool stuff so that people can not only enjoy cigars, have fun with cigars, but have an easier time doing it. Okay. It took me about 30 seconds to do that.
I like it.
You, my brother, committed some crimes when I asked you that question. First crime, you committed two crimes. Okay. The first crime is when you said, I said, who do you believe would pay money for your stuff? You said everybody. And that's not true. If you ever think everybody and anybody is going to be a consumer of yours, that's not true, because and you don't even want everybody as your client. Right. You only want, brother, the people that match with you and your personality, because your personality matters.
Yeah.
You know? For example, a 75-year-old white man who don't like black people but like cigars, is that a good client for you?
No.
Okay, so he's part of the everybody. So it ain't everybody. It's the people that can vibe with you and your flow.
Right.
And that's enough people. There's enough people. I vibe with you in your flow. I respect you in your game. I'm a good client for you. But everybody ain't. That's the first crime you committed. The second crime you committed. All your money comes from consumers. So your real business, my brother, is the capturing and keeping of a new consumer.
Yeah.
That's your real business. Now you don't tell people that. That's not what you tell people, is what you understand. Your real business is for you to capture the right kind of clients for you, the right consumers for you, and keeping them. That's the thing. One at a time, 10 at a time, whatever. Your real business. And I really believe, brother, when people understand what their real business is, it adds the proper focus to their workday. My real business is capturing and keeping of a new consumer. That's it. Everything else around your game is preparing you to do that. Amen.
Amen. That's deep. You know, and I mean, the way you put that in perspective, I mean, it's like how I'm sitting over here like stunned. You know what I mean? It's like, cause I have sat through, you know, some sales universities, and you know what I've really done.
I'm way better than anyone you've ever been through.
I guarantee. I guarantee that. But what I've done, and this is part of the problem, is I took, you know, the training I have had and subtracted it from what I'm doing now. And
that's fine. That's fine. It depends. How long ago did you get that training?
Yeah.
Because people trying to sell today the way they sold 20 years ago or 10 years ago, you're losing ground, because people don't buy today the way they did 10 years ago. They buy today the way they buy today. Okay. Today, everyone has access to Google. Okay. Everyone can YouTube research you or research you. I'm going to check out everybody I do business with. Everybody. And it's vain for you to think that they're not going to check you out too. Yeah. So you got to sell the way they sell too. I mean, everybody, I check out their LinkedIn profile. I check out their Facebook profile. And if they don't have both LinkedIn and Facebook, sometimes I have a harder time working with them because I can't research them enough. I want to research them to death, and they're going to research me to death. I dare somebody to say to me, do you have any referrals or recommendations? I'll make them go blind. I'll send them 200 or 300 of them. I dare you. Ask me for some. Has anybody else said good things about you? I'll send you 10 pages.
So obviously, Brian, you've been doing this a while. Obviously, you have mastered, you know, just how I say I have mastered cigars in a way where I'm always learning, but I can get my way through, you know, some of the pretty intensive conversations with just the knowledge of what cigars, being able to really dissect cigars from the first inhale to the, you know, the second, third, all the way up to the final third. And I can tell you what kind of cigar it was. And I believe that's where you are in. That's actually, take that back. I retract that statement. It's not where I believe. That's where I know you are in the sales. So for somebody that has zero sales experience, that same way you just broke that down in that kind of complex way, what would be something that you would, based off of my same answers, what was something that you would tell somebody that, hey, this is very new to you. This is what I want you to say, and this is how you say it, and this is probably how you should start introducing yourself when you meet people.
I'll do that for you, but I want to give you some credit too, because what you do have going for you, even if you don't understand it the way I do, you have the power of your convictions. You can't fake that funk. Mm-hmm. You obviously love what you do. You can't fool nobody. So if they listen to you talk for a couple of minutes, they believe that you love what you do. Absolutely. And that can get you ahead of a lot of people and over the game a lot. And you can win a lot. If you don't love it, first off, if any entrepreneurs listen to this and you don't personally love what you're selling or love what you're doing, it's not the right game for you. No. You can't fool anybody. Everybody's bullcrap meter is set on high. Okay, everybody. You can't fool nobody. Don't even say it if you don't really believe it. Mm-hmm. So you have that going for you. I believe when you tell me about your website. I believe when you talk about sticks. I've had a few conversations with you, mm-hmm. and every time I believe this brother believed what he was saying. Okay, so that gets you over. Okay, and the other question you asked me, there's a lot about selling that's a mechanical function. Yeah. Okay, and you can learn it. What I did for you when I was pretending in your game, all I had to understand was the problem you're solving, the way you see it. That's all. Once I understood the problem you're solving, I put it in a formula. Okay. Mm-hmm. I did the You know how. Well, what I do is so that they can. I introduced a problem, I introduced myself as a solution, and I gave a benefit of it. That's it. DASSIT. That's it. That's it. Okay. Once I understand the problem, yeah. But that's the thing. You need to be, all of you entrepreneurs, you need to be able to answer the question of what problem do you solve? And don't be afraid of the obvious answer, the big answer, the obvious problem you solve. You don't just sell cigars, man. You sell a cigar lifestyle. You sell a cigar feeling. You sell a cigar rescue. You sell a mini vacation. That's what my cigars are for me. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, you think I'm in business for myself. Yeah, but that means you got a bunch of other bosses too.
Yeah, and your bosses is the customers.
Well, my clients, yeah. I serve my clients. Now, any one of them can leave me. Look, they can leave me, but I like to, have a real good lifestyle. I like to earn great money, and I serve my clients. I overserve them. Okay, we got another mutual friend that I bought some sticks from. He has a cigar business too, and my first order, he gave me a couple of extra sticks that I didn't order as a way of thanking me for ordering. I was like, "What's this, man?" He goes, I see what you ordered. I think this fits your palate. I want you to try these out." Now, what that guaranteed was that I was going to order from him again, just in case. He said, now the next time I ordered, he didn't give me extra sticks. But he ensured he got at least 2 orders out of me.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, like you said, it's about gaining your customers and then keeping them. And in the layman's way is get your customer and keep your customer. And how do you do that? And that's something that I have done. I believe I'm doing with my operation right now. One of the things you got in your package wasn't only your cigars. What else did you get?
For my cigar smell rescue?
No. When you order from Dapper D's, your order, and not only did you get your cigars, what else did you get?
I got a card from you that it kind of explains some stuff, and a grading and a thank you that I can recall, and a description of the cigars that I bought.
My biggest question is, you probably don't order from a lot of people. How many times have you gotten that?
A couple of times, but only from the champions.
Yeah,
only from the champions.
And not everybody does it.
And the thing is, you got to want to be a champion in order to be one. You can't be a champion by accident. You can't make 10 grand a month by accident. You can't make 50 grand a month by accident. You can only do it on purpose. Okay. And trying to be good, trying to even be excellent ain't enough today. You got to be better than good. You got to be better than excellent. You got to resolve to be outstanding. That's the thing. That's the ones who win. Embrace technology and resolve to be outstanding.
Yes. And it's all about your personality. It's everything to do with your personality.
Well, it depends. Now, I say when it comes to personality, all different kinds of personalities can be champions. The slow talker could be as much of a champion as the fast talker. Okay, the introvert can still sell as much as the extrovert. But what you got to do is you got to have some systems. Selling your services and selling your product systems is more important than skills. If you have a system from the initial interest, how do you move them along from the initial interest until they become paying clients and then repeat paying clients and then raving fans? What you're trying to do is convert people that buy from you into raving fans. That means they're happy to talk about you to other people.
Absolutely.
But I do say this about personality. Be true to your own personality. Because if you tried to act like me or to sound like somebody else, at best you're going to be a poor imitation. Be true to who you are. Your personality. Be true. Love what you're doing. Lean on the strength of your convictions and do the best you can with the time you have. And with each client.
Absolutely. And that's deep. So you said this. So I remember when we first talked, I said something that was very old or I
didn't mean to slam you like that, man. I didn't mean to.
Well, you did. Okay, you took the dagger and you hit me right in my heart because I thought I knew something, and you kind of took it the whole other way. You're like, no, that's old school. You need to learn the new ways.
Yeah, what he's talking about.
So, and that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
What I'm
What he's
talking
talking
about is ABC. A lot of
Yeah.
people refer to it as always be closing, but Brian really helped me see that there's a new set of ABCs out there that I think once people really understand, it's going to help them continue to be prosperous in everything else they're doing. Would you explain those ABCs?
I sure will. That whole concept of always be closing ABCs is very, very common, very, very popular and familiar, but it's run its course. That's what they thought in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Always be closing. A, always be B, C, closing. Always be closing. But my philosophy is you can't close something that you haven't opened. Okay, you got to be able to open the sale first, open the process first before you can get to the close. The new ABC of selling, I learned initially from Daniel Pink, and I have Brianized it and made it bigger and better to fit me and my clients. But the A stands for attunement. Attunement. Can you see your stuff the way your clients see your stuff? Can you see what you do from their eyes? Can you buy the way that it would look like for them? Can you get in their shoes and see, is it easy for them to do business with you? Or do you make it hard for them? For example, if I'm in person with someone and I say, so what do you do? And they say, go to my website. Now, they just gave me a homework assignment. I don't even know if I'm interested enough to go to their website. So they're making it harder for me. They put up a hurdle right away before I ask you a simple question. Answer my question and earn the right for me to go to your website. You got to earn the right to send me there. I don't know if I want to go there yet, but you trying to give me homework or something. Why don't you ask me to pick up your laundry too? So you're making it harder for them. So can you make it easy? Can you see it the way they see it? The first A is attunement. The second B, the B stands for buoyancy. How do you handle rejection today? How do you explain to yourself the things that don't go right? How do you handle rejection and failure? Do you say, well, people are not buying today, the economy's jacked up, Trump's ruining everything, and no one's doing business? Or do you explain, well, maybe on that particular day my offer wasn't right, or I might have been off my game? Do you blame others, or do you accept the responsibility? How do you explain your failures? Can you explain them in a way that helps you go forward, or is it a way that you're defeated? I tell entrepreneurs, accept as much responsibility as you can, because you are the only thing that you can control. You can't control how other people think. You can't control how other people do, but you can control how you think and how you do. And the C stands for clarity. Now, when it comes to clarity, instead of asking what's going on, ask yourself this one question consistently. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this successfully? Can I be one of the best people in the industry in this? Can I do this? Because very often you will answer that question in the affirmative. Yes, I can do this thing. And by asking yourself questions like, can I do this? By making it clear. Now, here's the thing. As entrepreneurs, you're looking for the problem that your service solves. You're looking for the problem that like for my brother Jack, I don't want him to think of himself as just somebody who sells cigars. I want you to think of yourself as providing a service, helping people to easily get the cigars that they want. Okay? I wanted to try the La Plasencia. That's why I ordered from you the first time. I saw a list of most popular cigars in the country. The La Plasencia was on that list. I hadn't tried one before. And I found out that you had it. You let me know that you had it. So if I'm going to get it from anywhere, why not get it from Brother Jack at Dapper D's? So I went there and I saw a site. I was easy. There's the other thing too. There's so many cigar sites that make it hard for you to buy. Oh my gosh. If I wanted to try to find a Liga Pig, for example, that's a good one. Liga Pig, you would put in a Google search and find some sites for it. And a lot of times they want to explain it, but then you got to go through loops and you got to jump over hurdles just to buy the daggone cigar. And I don't got time for that. Okay. It was very easy. And when I had a challenge, what I do, I called you up and said, look, man, this is what's going on for me. I want it to be easy. I can find what I want and I want to easily buy so I could buy again. And here's one more tip too, Jack. If they ever spend $1 with you, if they buy one stick from you, if they buy one product from you, if they ever buy once from you, it's easier for them to buy again and again and again. They're predisposed to buying from you. They know how to buy from you. Your job is to not mess that up.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. And when you did have a problem, his problem was like, I ain't seen this one before, but at the end of the day, I'm like, look, let's jump on it. Here, I can do this, I can do that for you. Let's take care of it. And that's what I do with all my customers.
But that's how you create loyalty. The most loyal clients you're going to get are the ones that had a problem that got resolved. Now, the ones that get a problem and they don't tell you about it, they just leave or bitch and moan behind your back. But the ones that have a problem that gets resolved, they stay the most loyal. That's the ones. And they're the ones that tell more people because you resolved an issue. That's the best clients. The ones that had an issue that they let you find out about and you fixed.
Absolutely.
I took my wife to lunch today, and I ordered the bowl of fruit with my food, okay? And on the grapes, they had like some white stuff on the grapes. I'm like, what the heck is this on this? I didn't know what it was. So I told my server, I said, what is this? You know, I broke off the branch that it looked like it could have been mold or something.
Yeah.
And the daggone manager, he bent over backwards to try to resolve the issue. I said, look, no, I don't want nothing else. I don't need you to throw me anything. I just want to let you know what's the what. I'm good. And as I'm leaving, he said, look, man, anything you want. You thought about it? So he ended up giving me a loaf of banana nut bread for dessert. Here, take this, man. Now, I didn't ask him to do nothing. Okay. Yeah. I pointed out, but now I got that loaf of banana nut bread. And every time I take a bite of that, I'm going to remember how I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Attunement, buoyancy, clarity.
Yep.
That's the new ABCs. And again, how he explained it, it only makes sense. You know, when you sit here and you get, we're gonna skip right into buoyancy. When you talk about being able to understand and take on responsibility, even if you didn't have nothing to do with it, right? Yeah. You can't, just because they don't buy from me today, don't mean they won't buy from me tomorrow. They just, for some fair reason, you know, they didn't buy from me today, you know. And then when you get to that clarity point, it's also all about that passion. For me, you know, a lot of people be like, why cigars? That's because I love cigars.
Exactly.
I study cigars. I love everything about them. And then when you talk about it, it naturally flows. You know, it's just like, man, that dude loves this for real. Because at the end of the day, once you've really found out where your niche is, it's up to you to exploit it as much as you possibly can to be of some type of beneficial gain to you.
And that love you have for cigars, I too love them. I love reading about them. I love watching videos of them. I go to many Facebook groups, cigar groups. But let love, this is a key. Let love be your greatest weapon. Let love, your words they can doubt. You know, they can doubt your words, but your love warms their hearts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's deep. You know, and I'm just curious, right? Because diving into your brain, we only got to the first layer. I know we didn't get to the second and third and the fourth layer of it. But when you look at a cigar emporium or a cigar lounge and you go to, what attracts you to that lounge and why?
Okay, a couple of things for me. Now, some you can control and some you can't. First off, is it comfortable? Is it comfortable there? Can I get a place to sit? Can I order me a drink and it not be a challenge to get a drink? Okay, that's one. But even bigger than that are the people there. Now, it could be the people that are smoking cigars or the staff. Are they friendly? Now, cigar lounges is typically very friendly people, but are they friendly? You know, and I would say, like, you know, do you want to hire people that are naturally friendly, or do you want to hire people that you have to tell be friendly? Okay, stock your stuff with people that are naturally friendly, naturally caring, naturally attentive. Okay, you can't fake the funk, man. I know I said that already earlier, but when you open your mouth, you reveal to the world who you really are, you know? So be friendly, be warm, be welcoming, you know, and make the place comfortable. Yeah. Even if you had a mobile cigar lounge, can you make the experience fun and comfortable? Mm-hmm. Make it easy for them. Can you teach them something? That's the other thing too. Yeah. If you're trying to make yourself different than other ones, teach something. Host a ladies only event and teach ladies about cigars. Okay. Do a workshop on cut, okay, a single clippers, double clippers, whatever. Do a workshop. Tell people what to look for. Okay, how to determine your palate. What are mistakes people make? What happens when your cigar is burning unevenly? How do you fix that? Teaching them something.
Knowing. Yeah.
Even if it's something that they know already, but the fact that you're teaching it, even if only one person attends the class, putting on an event where you're teaching something, okay, every time you put on an event, it brings you money every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, canoe. I see people having this problem with canoeing. That's the terminology for it.
Mm-hmm.
When your cigar is not burning, but it's burning this way and not burning this way, and it's just constantly going down. That's called canoeing. And what's happened is, never mind.
No, but that's what you do. You explain it. You don't want to say canoeing cigars without explaining what it is. Because what if they don't want to? What if they don't fully understand what canoeing is, and they may not want to feel dumb and ask you? So you have to always tell, like people who use acronyms a lot or industry jargon. That's a lot of times a mistake. Every time you have to explain what it is. Every time, okay? Because that one person, man, is the one that could kill you.
Absolutely. And I think, for me, it's all about when we bring
This is a damn good stick,
man. I tell that the Lanceros are that's actually one of the first cigars I got on. Lanceros are way different from your Robustos, your Toros, because it packs so much. Like, it's so much strong tobacco put into that little bitty stick. You're like, it's no way this is gonna have a lot of juice. When
look,
you're gonna get a long cigar,
I've been smoking it fast because I'm looking forward to getting to my next stick. But I haven't had any canoeing problem. Normally, if you're smoking it too fast, that's another time. But this thing has been burning evenly. I feel like I've had a real cigar in my chest and my body, but I want another stick, so I'm gonna have another one too.
Well, you know what, Brian? You have been an awesome guest on the virtual smoke deck, and I really feel like we have not only learned some things as dealing with the cigar smell rescue, but you were able to teach not only me, but I guarantee anybody else is watching, how to better collect their craft and how to really take off those mental blocks or mental chains that we may have on our brain and really expose ourselves in a different way. And that's the biggest thing to life is you always got to wake up the next day and what am I going to learn today? I would have never thought. I already knew we were going to have a great conversation. I just had never thought I would have learned the things that I learned today by talking to you. And that is what the cigar, the virtual smoke deck is. But that's also what you get when you go smoking in these cigar lounges and different things of that nature. You're able to meet people like Brian and really dive into that. So one thing before we go ahead and close, one thing, it does not matter what it is. What is one gem that you want to drop on our viewers today?
Okay, one gem. I'm going to do it within 2 minutes time.
Okay.
Every person that buys from you, they want two things from you. Two very important things. And it's not one and number two. It's both of them are number ones. The first thing they want from you is they want to believe that you can solve at least one of their problems. You don't have to solve all their problems. No one wants you to act like you're going to solve all their problems, but one. Getting a cigar, getting the right cigar variety, easy. That's one problem, whatever it is. But you want to convey, if you have a landscaping business, the problem is keeping that yard looking great with a minimum amount of effort, okay? If you have massage therapy, keep my body flowing right. Okay, whatever it is. What problem? They need to believe that you can solve at least one, maybe two of their problems. They don't want you to act like you can solve all, but they need to believe you can solve one. That's the first thing. And the second thing they want from you is, and this is serious, they want you, entrepreneur, to make them feel important. You got to make your people feel like they're important. Nobody likes feeling like they're one of a number. Okay? They want you. Now, you don't have to do none of this stuff I just said. But if you want to win, if you want to be a champion, if you want to be a star, make your clients feel important and consistent. And it doesn't end. You have to sell it and then sell it and sell it and sell it again. Okay, you have to keep on selling them the same thing they bought. Okay, that's it. Okay, they need to believe you can solve one of their problems, and you need to make them feel important. If you do nothing else, resolve to do that. Make them feel important. How can you make them feel important? By actually treating them like they're important. Duh. Okay.
Yeah. Man, Brian, thank you so much for your time today. You have been an awesome guest, and I'm so grateful for meeting you. And we're going to definitely be in conversation. I want to learn more. I am very in tune with everything that you got going on. So we're definitely going to be networking some more.
Absolutely.
I hope that you're able to come down for our grand opening. We would love to have you. If you don't, that's fine as well. But we would love to have you. And that's something that I would make sure that you have a great experience if you do make it down. But more than anything, man, I thank you for taking your time today.
Thank you.
Sit down and educate and also have this conversation with me. As always, stay smoky and put some smoke in the air. All right, brother?
Peace.
All right, bro. One thing about business is, I mean, Brian hit it right on the head. And I mean, we can't even break it down any simpler than what we broke it down already. The ABCs, assument, buoyancy, and clarity. Those are three things that you can easily do that would never, ever go away. This is something that you want to keep in. And then another thing that you had to take away, especially from an entrepreneur stance, is always treat your customers as if they're number one, because they are number one. You can be in any type of business and simply do not sell any type of product. And what kind of profit are you going to make? Your answer is zero. You're not going to make anything because you never put your customers first. It's so many places that you can shop. It's so many different things that you can do out here. And that is one thing that we here at Dapper D's make sure that we do. We always try to make our consumer feel welcome as feel important. With that being said, you guys already know what it is. Another great segment of Virtual Smoke Deck. And one thing that we are going to post in the comments below, if you're interested, is the Candidly to book with Brian for a free consultation and really start to develop your sales skills, because it does not matter if you're in a sales game or not, you're ultimately always in sales. And one thing that we always like to hit on is next week, actually not next week, the week after next week, we're doing our monthly giveaway. And in order to get it just a simple chance to win, you have to go to DapperDCigars.com. And the first thing that's going to pop up when you get there is the ability to subscribe for a chance to win. This month, we're giving away a 50 count humidor, a free Onyx humidor. It is a beautiful humidor, and I honestly can't wait to see the person reaction that actually gets this humidor. If you already got humidors or you're looking to expand your collection, this is an easy way to get one. All you have to do is simply go on to DapperDCigars.com and subscribe for a chance to win. And that is right there as well. Also, on Dapper D's, we have a bunch of things that you're going to be able to keep up to date on, as if our sales, as well as everything that we do within our family, because that's exactly what it is. We are called the Dapper D's family for a reason. And our goal is to make sure that we keep everybody in tune. With that being said, man, this is another awesome segment of Virtual Smoke Deck. Our next week guest we have is another awesome guest. Is going to complement everything that Brian has stated in this Virtual Smoke Deck in next week. So, as always, every Sunday at 7 p.m., log on, follow us, get onto that schedule so you can go ahead and learn some more things. Again, every Wednesday, we're dropping a new video, a new content of how you can become a better cigar enthusiast or a better cigar connoisseur. We always can learn something. We're always looking to grow. And that's something that I have pride myself on doing. Again, I don't do this simply do because I have to. I do it because I love to. And that's the biggest thing. With that being said, I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. I appreciate everybody that stopped in, commented on. And with that being said, I'm gone.